Hi everyone, welcome to 150 Hours of Chess. Today is day 32. Um, Won all three games yesterday. I was happy, but I made a bunch of blunder. It's only because my opponent didn't see it. That's how I win. So today would be roughly the same, with half an hour puzzles and then a few games. And let's see how it goes. Okay, my opponent moved the queen. They lining up for here. I suspect the queen take this pawn, and that will be checkmate. Um, they also have a bishop attacking this pawn. I have a queen here, a pawn here, and a rook control this open file. I'm currently looking at this move. Queen go to g6 and protected by my pawn, and that would be checkmate because nothing could control that square. My opponent moved their rook up. I feel like they're aiming for rook take my pass pawn. I take my pass pawn, and then I take their rook. The rook take my rook, and then that would be the situation. I am thinking about rock here. If they take my rock, I'll take it with my pawn and then develop promote a queen. If they still take my pawn here, they can't actually do that. So after this move, they can't move this rook because that would be pinned to the king. So they could take it with this rock here. I would take it with a rock, and then they can't take me back because they're still pinned. So yeah. Huh? Wait, incorrect? Let me do it again. After they take it. See, it's not correct because if I take it, they can't take me back. Well, I guess they can take here. And then we'll be equal. That's fair. And in this case, I am a rock up. King push. I guess they don't want to be. I guess they don't want the bishop to be pinned. Is my assumption. My opponent have a bishop controlling these diagonal. A rook here. I mean, they could go here to attack my queen. and a queen here controlling these diagonal and these file. I just realized I also have a pass pawn. I have a knight controlling the square. I have a queen controlling these diagonal and this line. I have a pawn here controlling the square. I can see that I can move my queen to here, and that would be a checkmate, seeing that they can't take me. Okay, what did I move? They took my rock here. They had a dark square bishop controlling these diagonal, a light square bishop controlling these diagonal, a queen here on the back aligning with the dark square bishop but not add anything. They have a rock, well actually two rocks control open file. I have a light square bishop that is controlling this diagonal. I have a knight here controlling the center, and a queen here, and a rock here undeveloped. I mean, after they take my rock, I feel like it's sort of natural to take their rock back and control the open file. I don't actually see any immediate attack because they can't easily just drop it here. Because my knight could directly take, and then even though they take it with the bishop, that's still not working. I saw something nice. I can move my queen, give it a check, and then take the rock here, and then give them another check, and then take the rock here. Oh no, they took my queen! They took my queen! Okay, knight came back to my queen, and then they have a light square bishop controlling here, and once they move the bishop, that there will be a rock controlling the center, a rock here undeveloped, and a queen here that could be attacking this pawn here. I have a knight here, and I imagine my queen was there is because queen and bishop was lining up there. That's why it was there. I've also have two rock undeveloped. I need to watch for the back rank checkmate in this situation. I can see this move check the king, but that doesn't win me any material. I can see this move attack the queen, also doesn't win me any material. Oh, but I can see this move check the king could win me this material, and because here is blocked, king would have to go this way, and then after this move, king move to here, and then I take the bishop here. That would be a trade because they can Because they can take my knight. Okay, let's see. If I do this, king move to here. And then I guess I can move my bishop, give it another check. And then, oh, actually, here will be controlled by my knight. Oh, yeah, that would be checkmate, I believe. This is not as obvious. They move the rock to the center, attack my knight. They have rock here undeveloped. They have a bishop here controlling these diagonal, and a knight here control the center. I currently have a rock control the center, and the knight here controlling here, and a rock here that could be attacked here. So they move it to the center, aiming to attack my knight. But that doesn't matter because I have two protection here. I see this knight is hanging. This bishop is hanging. What can I do to take both of those? And is there a way that I can check? I mean, I guess knight could go there, give king a check. King would have to move because nothing could take it. And then, I mean, knight go there will be another check, but they could take it with the pawn. On top of it, after this move, maybe I can take the rock here. The issue with that is that they can take it back with another rock, and just like still control the open file. And then that would be a trade from me, so it doesn't actually worth. Another place I can go to give them a check is here, but then the bishop is controlling here, so I don't actually want to do it. What can I do here? I mean, could be nice for my knight to go there, but also this is not a move because bishop could just take. I mean, I could push the pawn here, challenge the bishop. Well, bishop will probably just drop to somewhere, so it doesn't actually do anything. And especially if bishop dropped to here, I can't even move my knight to check the king. Can I try to take the knight? I can go there, attack the knight, but then they can just take my rock. I guess I can go there, but they could just use the pawn to take. I can go there. That would be an attack. How about I use my rock? They could take it. And then I move my rock here, give them another check. They would have to move back. And then I move my knight. They have nowhere to go. Well, I guess they don't have to take. They could just leave it there. I'm gonna try this move. Okay, so correct move, wrong order. I guess that's the same idea with some of the other puzzles that I've seen, which is if I start with a move that don't immediately attack the king, that they could just ignore that move and they have some time to react to that. But with this sequence that the king can't do anything, especially that my knight will be controlling here. So the king can't do anything. Yeah, I just have to remember that. Okay, my opponent move the rock. They also have a queen here, attacking my pass, attacking my pawn, protecting the rock here. They probably have a move. No, they don't have a move there. They don't have a move here. They don't have a move here to check my king. But they just like controlling here. They also have a dark square bishop watching over my knight. I have a queen here that is close to checkmate. Because my pawn was there, so if I can move my queen to here, that would be a checkmate. That's probably why they moved the rock up to control that space. I have a knight here, pinned to the king, so it can't move to anywhere. A rock here on the back file, protecting the knight as well. I mean, I'm thinking about rock to e8, challenge the queen. I mean, queen could take it, king would be in check. And also because the queen is protected by the bishop, I would have to take it with my queen. And then they would take my queen with the bishop and I would take their bishop. And then that would be an equal trade other than they can now use the rock to take my rock. So that is not smart. It's also not smart for me to check here because rock could directly take. I can't take the rock because I would lose it to their queen. What other? I can't do this to check as well. I can't overpass it to do it here. Yeah, what can I do? So I can't move the knight. It's not smart to move the rock to challenge the queen, and there is no point to move it to here or anything. For that reason as well. Uh, I don't want to move my queen. I mean, I can take the pawn here. And then with it, I can take it with my rock. And then even though they take back, I'll still winning piece here. I mean, maybe here is a move. But what would they do? I mean, obviously, if I move my queen, that they wouldn't do that. Instead, oh no, they can't do that. Also, they can't do it here. They would need to think about other moves. I can't directly check the king. Yeah, no, I can't. Because if I check it here, they could directly take me, so as here. If I do that, they will still take me. And I would have to move my knight to discover. But I can't move my knight because that is pinned to the king. I need a hint. Move the rock. Surely they don't mean this. Actually, I just realized I have a chance to take the rock here rather than. Yeah, I was thinking too much about taking the bishop here. I was like, that's didn't make me see the rock. It's fair. So cool. I'm gonna put the heater on. Okay, my opponent moved the queen. Attack my rock. Control this file. They do have a knight here controlling these two space, and if the queen goes here, that would be checkmate. They also have a bishop here that is currently stuck, so don't have to worry too much about that. I have a rock here and a queen here. I can see if I move my queen here, that would both protect the rock here and also attack their king. King would have to move. So the only move they can go is here. And so after this move, king move, with the rock take the bishop here, give king a check. King would have to resolve it here, probably by taking it. And then I will have chance to take the queen here. Okay, queen move, attack the bishop here. Also attack the knight here. They are both hanging. Um, how did I end up like this? Light square bishop also attack the knight. Dark square bishop, like on the long diagonal. A rock here undeveloped, a rock here undeveloped, a knight here undeveloped. Still haven't castling. I was using the light square bishop to give king a check. They developed the queen to block the check and also attack the bishop there. I have a rock here controlling the open file. I have a knight here control the space. I have a knight here undeveloped, rock here undeveloped. Where is my queen? I can see a move with the rock here because queen is pinned to the king. So because queen is pinned to the king on this diagonal, so they can't take it here. Nothing else could take it, which means king would have to move. Once the king move, then I can use my light square bishop to take the queen here. And they could choose to either take my light square bishop here or take my rock here. And whichever they do, I will take the one that they didn't. So I think it's this move. Knight move, controlling these diagonal here. I mean, I can take, though that would mean that I'll be weak in this diagonal. They also have a bishop controlling here. Knight here protecting it, attacking my center. Queen, light square bishop, and rocks not developed. King fairly exposed. I have a light square bishop watching over this diagonal. I have a queen controlling here. A knight here control the center. Knight undeveloped and rock undeveloped. I can see a move which is queen to here, check the king. Pawn can't take it because that is pinned to the king. King only have one space to go, which is h8. I guess I can do this. Take the h6 pawn, give king another check. King would have to move back. But then what? But then what can I do? I don't have any immediate move. Because if I take it here, then they can take it with the rock, and then they can, no, they can't escape it that way. But anyway, I'm pretty sure this would be a good move. And I have to move my queen, otherwise, because now their pawn is not pinned, so they can take me. The issue is the next move. That after the move the king again, what can I do? If I do it here, then queen could directly take. I mean, I can still do this, but that is pointless. I can drop my bishop. I can drop my bishop, but then I feel like they could also drop their bishop, and that would be protected by the king, by the knight. And if my bishop take here, then the knight could take, and then my queen will be under attack. So that is not ideal. Yeah, I wonder in this situation what would happen. I mean, obviously I can do this, but that would just prompt the rook to take. That doesn't actually help me, does it? But I can use my queen to check again. And then with that, king would have to move. I guess I can take the rook here with that move. Like, I mean, they can take it with the king though. Well, I guess in that case, I can use my knight to check. If queen take, I'll take it with my queen. And now, because here is controlled by my knight, and here is controlled by my queen, king would have to go this way or that way. And then I guess I can move my knight. No, that would be a bishop. I will lost it to my bishop. I guess I can still sort of. I can still check. Oh, cool. Anyway, yeah, it's time for some game. Feel like I might be white in this game. If I'm white, I'm still gonna play London system. Cool. Let me see if they're gonna do the knight move. Attack my pawn here, control the center. So I'm just gonna push the pawn up, support my center pawn. Another knight out. They're playing two knight. Also control the center. Nothing too much to worry about other than might need to look out for this. So I'm just gonna push the pawn up, control this space. They push the pawn up, blocking the light square, and also unleash the dark square bishop. So also need to prepare for that move. My way is to pop this pawn up. If nothing happened, my next move, I reckon it would be knight out. And I don't have to worry too much about the light square bishop because now they are blocked. They challenge me. We usually exchange, make it easy. Now it's a queen. I would have to be aware of the king check this move. So I would generally pop the pawn up here, preventing them. They jump their knight, targeting a few square. One thing I can see, like they can't go there. What's happened? They can't go there, because my knight is currently controlling it, so I should be fine. Only have to worry about here. With here, they sort of fork me, but I can take it with a pawn. And with here, it's forking me. But currently I can take it with a king. So I am going to get my knight out first, and if they do take here, I guess I will have to move my king to take. Because now I don't have to worry about they use their queen out, so that I can't take it here with my king. I don't quite understand what is that move though. So my next move would be here, the just putting bishop in a more active square, controlling the center. And then I'll probably do castling first. And then I'm gonna think about how to get rid of that knight. They get the light square bishop out. Might be the next move. They might also be preparing for castling. So I'm gonna castle next. Now I have a few moves in mind. I could go there, fork. They probably gonna take me. I take back with the pawn here. Queen might take. But then I guess with this move, queen would take it again. So maybe no. Okay, they push the pawn here. Support the knight. I suspect they might be aiming for this move. Just to attack my king. I can see this move. And also after they do this move, it will be even better. So, I can jump my knight there. I can also trace my knight back. I like that. But with that there, queen could go there. But they don't have a dark square bishop anymore, so it's probably fine. King now would have to move. Okay. I would like to take it, but I currently can't. I mean, I can take here. It's likely that they're gonna move it here so that they have an open file here. And also with that move, I would have to drop my bishop. And do I like that? Not quite, honestly. What can I do here? I would like to attack the rock here. I might go there, but they could. I might go there and then go there. Ah, so in that case, I would have to drop my knight. If I do this, they immediately attack me. What can I do? Well, I guess I might could move again. But what if they directly move to here to protect? I guess I can take it here. Well, maybe I'll get rid of this knight first. Do I want to? But otherwise, my other knight is stacked. Maybe I should have do this. And then take it here, but I guess they can directly take back with the queen, and that doesn't matter. And I guess I can drop it here and then goes there. Where would be the best place? Probably here. Get my knight out next. Okay. Queen could go there. And I mean, if my queen go there, they could just push it here. And that would be an issue for me again. But with me taking any other piece, there is no better solution, honestly. Yeah, I might drop her to challenge the queen there. They drop the queen. Which means, what are they up to? I don't know generally. I might get my knight out first, and then yeah, I can see. Ah, they drop it to protect this piece. I see now. Okay. I was hoping to drop to challenge, but I guess that doesn't work. With here, it also doesn't work because of the queen. I guess there is not many places my queen could go, so I guess I'll drop back. Though I'm facing another issue with they push the pawn here, and Yeah, I guess I will have to drop back in that case. Yeah. There's not many places I can go, honestly. They might do this, and then I will have to take it, so they might push further. And then, well, I guess that is not that bad. Light square. I am looking at this move. Attack the pawn here. They push it. I mean, if they take, I can take back and open a file for me. And then, yeah, that is not the worst case I can see. So I'll let them take me. But I will develop my bishop there, because that would be more valuable there. Another thing I can do is bring my knight into the game, attacking here. And I guess here as well. What do I want to do next? I might actually stopping the king from castling first, so that the rock here could be trapped. Just limit what they can do. And then I can't move my knight there because the pawn is controlling there. I guess I can bring my rock into the game. Okay, they are attacking my light square bishop. I can take it, but also I don't have to. If I move, they are not attacking anything. So I can move it to here. And if they take me, I'll take back. I can take back. But what if the queen? What if the queen? They move the queen. I guess. No, I don't know. I mean, if I do this, that's just prompt their rock. I still like to maintain it, so I'll do this. I am thinking about bring my rock into the center. Yep, I did see that queen is likely to do this. But I'm thinking about this move. Attack the bishop here. They can't take it. And they probably don't want to take it here. They might drop back And I guess with that move, I can take it back and then let the queen take. Feel like that could be a move. If I can control this space, that would be a nice check. Because the rock is not controlled, the rock is not connected. It would be really nice to take a rock. I would have to get rid of the knight first so that my queen could go there, and then take the rock there. And that means get my bishop out first, get rid of the knight here. And then they're likely to take me with the pawn. And then I can bring the queen into the game. And after the exchange there, oh, I see. Now they can take me. Well, if I take it with a pawn here, then bishop will be watched by my rock. And that's fine. And then I just need to push this up to challenge here again. But no, I didn't see that on console. Okay, they move it here to threatening to take my bishop there. I feel like, no, I don't want to lose it. So I'm going to push this pawn up, give another support here. They might push it, they might move it there. And I might give up on that, and bring the rock into the game. And then I'll be pretty close to give them a check. Okay, so if I do this, they might ignore this first. If they ignore it, I can give them a check. And then go there to give them another check. Maybe. But if they take it first, I will definitely take it back with attack. They might take it back, but then they will be pinned to the queen. So no, I will bring the rock into the game, lining up for this. I'm so curious about this game. I'm gonna do the game review of this game. Okay. They move their queen to here. I feel like they are protecting here and also threatening to attack my pawn here. And maybe now is the time to wait. So if I take it, knight take it, I can't get my queen out. Threaten to take the rock here. But if I go there, so I could be threatening this after the knight take, and I could be threatening this if the knight don't take. If the bishop take, I can still take it here, and then I have more pieces watching it there. So I think this is a good move. They might do this. If they do this, if they do that, um, queen takes the rock here, give them a check. They would have to resolve it first. And then I could take the other rock after that move. So even though they take the knight here, then I will still be winning piece. Okay, they use a rock to take my pawn here. And I guess now I can't do this. So that's a bit annoying. I mean, how about I take the bishop here? Because it's kind of like a hanging piece. Like, if they take me back, I would have time to take the pawn here. If they don't take me back, I guess I can do something about it. That would be a check. I... Okay, they move the queen here. I have to be aware. This could be a checkmate. So how can I stop that move? Because that could be a checkmate here. With it, I can use a queen to trade. I can move my rook up, though I have to be aware my queen is currently hanging. So I guess trade would be the best move. And then I can do this. Yeah. What else they thinking? That would be a possible. Can give them a check and take the pawn. They're likely to do this. I will have time to do that. And then they can't move this way, so they have to move this way. And then I can push my pawn out of the danger. But now the knight could go to there. Okay. If I do this, or actually if I do this, knight can't easily attack me, I believe. So, yeah. And if they take me, I'll take back with my rook on open file and then check the king. Also, they are attacking my home. There are a few choices. If I take it here, they would take it back, and I will take it again, and then they would take it here with a check. And then I will have to move again, and then that would be relatively equal. I can move my rook here, so now they can't take it, because if they take it, I will take their knight with a check. They might attack my knight instead, and then I will have time to move it. So I think here is good. But in that case, okay, now I have to move again. With where knight could go. If I go to here, no, I can't go to there. So I have here to go, but they could check me again. I can go here. They can't check me again. So I guess I'll go there. Cool. Go here would means that I get check again. Go here would probably be more safe. Yep, I did see this move. That is not immediate though, because I can check their king first. And then, well, yep. I'll go to check their king first. And then, the issue is that I can go there. I can go there to check them again. this is protected, so they can't take out of it. They passed it, which means Mike could trade it first. Yeah, I'll go trade first. After they take me, now your knight is pinned to the king. They can take my pawn, though. Okay. I'm gonna take the knight there. Um, okay. Um, they can't go there, can't go there. So I have to use something to do both. How to get rid of this? Okay, so now it's just the checkmate. This game is so stressful. For some second, I feel like I was falling behind. I wonder if I made any blunder that I didn't aware of. What a game. What a game. Okay, that's some serious blunder there. I did notice at one point I was so struggling to make any moves that I am not surprised that I made a few blunder. Two exactly. Two blunder, one miss, two mistakes, five in accuracy, and okay, let's see. It seems like up until the into the middle game that was still sort of equal. Yeah, I don't like this move. I find out that this move is actually quite make it quite awkward for me, like after the knight took here. So I'm not surprised that is an excellent move. They keep suggesting me to use this pawn to challenge the center. I don't know if I actually like that. Okay, this is the first inaccuracy here. I decided to take it because that knight is so annoying for me and I really don't like it. I developed my knight. They think I should push pawn. Yeah, I think that was a good move with the pawn push there. They think I should bring the piece into the game. That's probably why they suggest me to use this pawn to push to challenge, because this could be made into an open file. And later on, it did end up in an open file after I took them. Yeah, I was building up for this, but I can see why rock to the center earlier would be better, because that would means that they already lining up and it's not so obvious that I'm moving my rock to lining up to attack the king. And that would make it less obvious for my opponent to see and easier for me to achieve. Okay, they suggest I take there. I didn't like taking there. Um, oh, actually. If I take here, that will be discovered to the queen. I can see why that would be nice. So instead of that, I'm doing this. And then, but queen could easily take. I don't actually know if that is a good idea. It's just like a queen trade and it doesn't do anything. Um, so I don't know. Um, to win their pawn. I think this is a good move. They took it there. I took it there. They after they capture, I went with a check. They try to challenge me. Also they're threatening um a checkmate. Okay, so this is the very first, no, that is not the first blunder. No, I was a white. Yes, that was the first blunder that I did. They suggest rather than doing that, I should bring my rock in. Can I? I mean, surely they're gonna drop the knight to somewhere. Let's say that I still remain my knight in the center. Well, I guess they can't do this because I am attacking here. So I guess knight go there. Oh. Ha. That's crazy. I was so focusing on removing the pawn here um, to give myself some pass pawns, but I didn't realize this move. Hey, how are you? You want to challenge me? Would you mind me asking how much ELO are you? Are you gonna smash me? I don't want to lose too much ELO. You know how much I tried to get to 600. Like it just took me probably weeks to get there. I don't want to lose all of that. You're low. You're like a 2000 ELO low. Um, but yeah, sure. Just give me probably 3 more minutes. After I go through this game. Yeah, I didn't see this move. It was really crazy. Because I didn't see this move. It's a nice skewer. And yeah, so jump my knight. They took it. That's a fair move. I took it there. They check me. Okay, this is an inaccuracy. Like they think I should go there. But why? Like I can't see issues. Anyway, but for a check, they move the king. I move my pawn out of the attack. They attack me again. And then they attack my pawn. Okay, this is another blunder. I can sort of see why. I was calculating there, because I don't want them to take it. That's why I have this move. But why is it a blunder? So if they take it first, and then I have to take it back, and let's say that they take it here. That's the result doesn't seem that bad. Well, at least to me. Why is it a blunder? I guess after all of that, they could include a rock into the game and start to attack me. You're losing material this way. Okay, they jump the knight there, attack my king. King have to move. It's a fair move. And then they include the rock into the game. And then now they're forking my piece. Like, I don't understand why they asked me to go there. Like, go there, that would be three-way fork. Do they ask me to go there for the sake of the black? I don't understand. I don't understand. Um they missed the forced checkmate, apparently. Well, I guess they could do this. Check me again. And then only space I can go is there. And then I guess they could no, actually. They could fork me again. No. They could check me again. I have one place to go. What is the mate in one? What is the mate in one here? So if I go up there, they could do this. Oh, wait, if I go there, they have this move. They will be controlling, here will be controlled by the knight, here will be controlled, and that's mate. And going back, if I go back, then this move would also be a checkmate. I believe. So they blunder and didn't see the move here. Thank goodness they didn't see the mating sequence here to checkmate me. And yep. So up until this point, I made a few mistakes. Here's a miss. I definitely could do better here. And now I can see why. Here is like I should have take the rock there. Because now I almost falling into a force mate, and my opponent is not really good at endgame. That's why I slip away and end up winning this game. So it's crazy. It's mate in three. Cool. Yeah, I am done. Are you happy to have a game now? Can try to see what's your name. Are you happy to add me on chess.com? If you're still around? Because I'm not sure what is your name on chess.com. Yeah, look at it. My opening was good, but my middle game is a, a bit average. End game is okay. Probably need to work on my middle game. Yeah, maybe I'll have a another game while waiting for waiting for the viewer to add me on chess.com for the game. it's a bit slow. Ooh, I'm still white. Oh, why do I have to be white? Because because Linux system is so difficult. I got a recommendation to watch. What is the person called? Okay, interesting. This is not the move that I would expect because that's blocking the dark square bishop. They might be aiming for this move, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So this is my classic, and then I okay, knight out, control the center. That doesn't actually dupe me anything, so get the bishop out. If they do this to check my king, I'll use this time to develop my pawn. They bring out another knight, so now I have to be aware of this move. Pawn push, I'm gonna control that square. My next move will probably be bring out the knight, control the center, and then bring out another knight. Though with this move, I have to be aware my queen would be sort of blocked. Okay, now is the dark square bishop trade. And then I would say knight out. Pawn push, challenging the center. For them, if I don't do anything, I feel like I would walk into a pawn fork. I don't want that to happen. That means I'll take this pawn. They could take it with a knight or with a queen. Well, probably they're just gonna take it with the knight. With the knight here, I reckon I will trade the knight. And then yeah. Okay. So now this is where we're at now. With the queen here, I feel like castling would be a good choice because otherwise, if they push the pawn here, I can't take it with the pawn because otherwise, it's pinned. And basically, all my pieces are relatively protected. Is there anything else I can do? I mean, I can give them a check, but that they could just push the pawn up and I can't do anything about it. I can try to chase the queen out. I don't see much point of it. I have to be aware of the knight here and then a queen take here. So that could be an issue. Though if they push it here, they can take and then I can take here and maybe I can castle on long. Could also be a move. So I guess I'll push it here first, preventing from this move. That's fine, as I think. This is protected, this is protected. This is where you can get to. Um, Bishop is protected. After I move my knight, these will be connected, and then my rook could move to a open file. So that should be fine. And I guess not quite sure about what they're up to in this move, because everything I can see are protected. And I guess now I'm just gonna castle to get my king safe and probably move the rook to the center. Do this move first, and then yeah, if I move it here, pawn will be hanging, so I will leave it a bit for now. I guess if I do it here, that would attack the queen. I sort of like it, but that would require me to move the knight first. So maybe I'll do this pawn push first, let them take, and then I'll do this move. Is there anything else I want to do? I'll probably bring the rook to center before I do that move. I mean, they could also just like push. And yeah, so I'll do this, control the center first before anything else. And then I'll push the pawn here. And maybe even further. Okay, they bring the bishop into the game, and I can't actually see what they're up to. Maybe protecting it here, maybe attacking it here. If they go there, then they would pin the pawn to the queen. That doesn't actually worry me too much because these two are connected. Maybe it is time to push the pawn. Depends on if they take it or not. I will take it with something. Probably knight. Just trade their knight. Also, bishop will be hanging after the knight move. Okay, let's say I take it here. They could take me. I have got no issue taking it here. So it's completely fine. My other thought would be I push it further. And then knight will be under attack. If they take it here, I'm happily taking it there. They only have two pieces attacking. I have two pieces protecting. And I mean, I can push it. Then they only have one pieces protecting. I have one pieces attacking. Well, no, actually they have two pieces, which means that if I push it here, then it will be they take and I take and queen take. And that's not actually helping me. Okay. I guess what else can I do? They currently have two pieces protecting. I have three pieces. I can challenge the queen here. And yeah, why not? Oh no, I can't. Screw it. What am I gonna do? I can take my knight here, attack the queen, but that would mean that my rook will be hanging, and I just really don't have any other thoughts. Maybe I'll bring my queen out, but after all the exchange here, that I could take the bishop there, but now I can't. Maybe move the pawn out of the attack, and then I can move to the open file here. Wait, I do need to move one further, because now I realize it's under a different attack. Okay, they now bring more things into the game. So now is 1, 2, 3, if it do happen. Oh, also, because they moved the bishop, which means that after all the move here, my queen won't be attacking a free bishop there, which means if I do this, with they take, I take, they take, I take, they take, I take, that would be sort of fine, I guess. Yes, I will bring my queen to the game. Oh no, I can't, because if I move my queen, that the knight will be hanging. Okay. For God's sake, here it will be in the attack of the queen again. This is difficult. With what am I gonna do here? I guess I can move my queen to here. Could also be nice doing this. And also protecting my rock there. I don't know. This is so difficult again. Okay, now it's happening. Now it's happening. Okay. They have two protector, and I have two attacker. If I take it with my bishop, they will take back with their bishop. And screwed. I'm down a piece. I thinking about attacking the queen here. This is not that ideal, I have to say. This is protected. This is not that protected. Plus this. So I am thinking about maybe doing this. They bring the rock into the game. Likely to be this move. And then we'll have to see. Okay. They can't immediately do it here because that would mean that I need to bring the queen into the game. Okay. So with it here, I can start to chip away. No, I can't because of the bishop. So currently they are queen is not protected. How can I attack the queen? I can push this up. I can move it there, but I will block it. I think their intention might be here, and then after the trade, it will be worse for me. Part of me is also thinking about moving it here, just preparing for this move. And actually, I feel like this is better. But if they drop here, what can I do? So after this, they do this. Oh my god. I can do this. Just challenge the bishop here. If they do this, I can take it there. Okay. Now they drop. I guess I can trade. And then that would leave my queen being in a better place. And I'll push this further. They giving me a check. I don't have any piece to block. So maybe I will go there. And because if I do that, they can easily go there to give me another check. They are threatening to take here. I feel like I could take it, but also I can do this. And then I mean after they take it here, I can bring the rock into the game. No. I'm feeling this because that would be back rank checkmate soon if I do that. So I guess I want to review this game as well. But also I don't have a paid subscribed account for it. This game is crazy. They didn't see this. I guess they can drop. They can drop to protect. Now I see. Queen drop will be the hardest to deal with. Though I guess I can start to take the pawn here. Also bring my rock into the game would be ideal. Now they leave the escape square. Cool. Yeah, definitely see say bring the rock into the game and then go to there. Okay. I mean, I can't go there to check the king, obviously. One of my thoughts, push the rock into the end. They can't actually go there, but they can go, queen could go there, queen could go there, queen could go there. And then it's not that easy for me to check them. And also after that, queen might could go there, pairing with the rock. And then it would be awkward for me. So but I guess queen could go there and take it. And then maybe with a rock here, that no, actually I'm gonna challenge the queen. Okay, they decided to do that first. Let's say I do this. Queen can't go there because my queen could directly take. And they don't have an immediate check move now. Okay, what are they up to? I feel like it could be this, but do I have an immediate check for them? I don't. Nothing is protecting here with the queen of this move. I mean, they can go up there. That would be checkmate. So my queen can't move. I guess I can do this. No, I can't. My queen would have to keep in this. So I guess queen could drop back to there. And then I can do this. Check the king. King have to move to here. And then queen could go all the way to here, give them another check. That would be a queen trade though. Queen could go here to give it another check. Okay, block. Let me think. I feel like I can move my, no, I can't move my king. Ah, man, that is so difficult. Probably I'll go there. Oh, screwed. That's a checkmate. No, that's not, because I can push my pawn up, I guess. Well, probably push this pawn up. Oh, this is so difficult. My opponent played really well. My opponent played really well here. And it's a tough game. It's a tough game. And good on them to find the check move. It was so hard. And yeah, I don't think I'll review this game, seeing that I don't have the free game review left. But it's a good game. Played 2 games today, and I think I'll call it a day today. Yes. Thank you for watching and supporting, and I'll see you next Monday.